One of the other real important strategies that I think can help a lot of people, because we all end up in situations where, maybe I worked through lunch or I know that I'm over hungry and I feel my hangry energy happening. And now I'm going to go interact with a friend or a partner, or I have a meeting or a presentation, and I don't want to show up and be food deprived. So then I feel like just need to grab something on the go, like we were talking about. Or I'm on my way to meet my friend Tracy for dinner after work, but I'm really hungry already. And so then I go
Mm,
to dinner and I want to order extra things because
yeah.
I'm so hungry because I let myself get too low. And so one of the things that I often encourage people to do who are struggling with emotional responses to food like that is I often have them eat something that is a fat or one of these on the go type snacks about 30 minutes before they go into their meal, because that will actually stabilize their blood sugar, and then they will be able to make more rational decisions as they move into their eating experience,
Mhm.
and not sort of do that. I show up at home and the first thing I do is walk to the fridge because I'm so hungry. So even though I'm going to make dinner, I'm already snacking on something even before I'm making my dinner meal. So, what is an appropriate sort of in between thing to eat to keep you balanced so that you don't feel like now I'm over consuming food just because I'm so hungry and I'm trying to like regulate these emotions?
Well, I'm very curious to know because as you were talking about that, I was thinking about the people who are not able to be in their bodies and even notice hunger.
Mm.
Yeah. And so they wouldn't be even aware of that maybe until they got into the restaurant and they smelled the food. And then they were all of a sudden aware that they have hunger. So I'm just sort of wondering what a skill might be to get you better noticing the feelings that are happening in your body. If you tend to be distracted or not aware of the feelings that are in your body, is there something that you suggest to your clients that'll help them get a little bit more familiar with what's going on with their systems and in their bodies?
Yes, absolutely. And that is a common thing, is that many people who have either eating disorders or have had disconnection with their emotional relationship with food often can tell me that they don't know when they're hungry or not hungry anymore. And if somebody is in that situation, then a better suggestion for them might be paying attention in a more calculated way to, on paper, when was the last time I ate? Like taking it out of a physical, emotional body experience. If I'm someone who says, I don't know when I'm hungry anymore, then I say, I will help you to figure out how frequent you should eat and how much until your body starts to, and it will, as you know, with your
Mhm.
patients, it will eventually start to have hunger and fullness cues again, even if you have lost the ability to have them now. But if you don't have them, I really hope that people can learn to not judge that, but really to start to put themselves on a schedule, which might be I eat every 3 hours, or I listen to a dietitian's guidelines and I follow a plan until my body starts to release those hormones appropriately again. And
Mhm.
then I can start to be the own judge of when I need to eat or not eat. But another thing I have people do is I have them do a body scan, which
Mhm.
includes their emotions. So before I am meeting someone for dinner, if I feel like, oh, I've had a really rough day, I had a lot of stressful patients, and I haven't eaten in a while, and I feel like I'm not in a really grounded place to make a good food choice for what's going to make me feel good after, then I would have someone sit on their own before the eating experience and actually just do a quick scan of their whole body. And that doesn't have to look like progressive muscle relaxation. This is a different kind of tool, but more like a grounding body scan where I would look at my being and go, what emotions do I have that are up right now? Well, I'm really stressed because I had a fight with my partner, or I had a really busy day, or I had to skip lunch. Like, let me just do a quick evaluation of where I'm at emotionally. And then let me do a quick evaluation of when was the last time I ate, where am I at with that? And then sometimes I go to the point of having someone do a quick pre plan. And this is probably a key tool. It's like a pre plan on my food experience. So if I know that it's been a long time since I ate. I know that I've had a really emotionally stressful day. I'm kind of frazzled. I'm running late for dinner. I have a lot of emotional stuff going on and I might be blood sugar depleted. Then sometimes a helpful thing is not to walk into the restaurant
Mm,
just an emotional, like in that chaos,
mm.
and walk in and think, oh, it smells delicious in here. Now I want an appetizer. Now I want, like, don't let that emotion guide my eating. Sometimes I encourage someone then to sit outside the restaurant. If I know I'm going to have Thai food, then I might pre plan in my mind what is the strategy that I want to use before I'm in the situation.
I like the way you said
Yeah,
not judging yourself that way, but not judging yourself at all for even struggling with these things. I think that's a very good sort of way to be gentle and kind and
yeah,
compassionate while you're trying to figure these issues out with food. And I know a lot of people struggle with it. So, and you do too, I'm sure, because we get a lot of calls about this in our
yeah.
practices. So,
Yeah, and I think like really coming approaching your own eating from a place of non-judgment. So recognizing that some of what we're talking about might feel like more evolved than where somebody is, but really recognizing that it can be a process, but eating issues and challenges and problems can be healed and remedied. And we as professionals have lots of solutions to help people with that. So they're not alone in that journey. And there's this idea that you just said that people come into my office and I'm sure into your office and they feel so confused and frustrated or struggling with their relationship with food, or people feel so sad that they don't have any connection to their body or their hunger or their fullness or when to stop eating, and they feel shame and worry that they won't ever be able to have those normal hunger and fullness and these cues.
yeah.
Like, it feels pretty disconcerting when you think, I have gotten to a place in my own life where I can't tell if I'm full. I can't tell if I'm hungry. Or I even have patients who sometimes tell me, I am always hungry. Always.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't matter how much I've eaten. It's the opposite problem of not having hunger and fullness cues. They feel like they're always being cued that they're hungry.
Yeah.
And that's another time where I encourage them to take professional advice and trust that somebody's can help you to learn to re-regulate your endorphins like we started to talk about. They will come back into balance. When we have abused or mismanaged them, they often have become reactive. So if I haven't fed myself very much for a while, my hunger and fullness cues will stop firing. Or if I'm overfeeding myself, it often will be the opposite, where they just fire all the time.
Well, speaking of taking the advice of a professional, Katie, what would you like to tell us about how to contact you or to get information about your practice?
We are online at www.heartspace.com, and that's HARTSSPACE. We also have an Instagram page, also Heartspace, and we have a Facebook, which is also Heartspace with two S's. We post a lot of different things about mindfulness and the different things that we're doing or working on, and just great, I think, tips to keep grounded. We're working on some retreats, which is really exciting that we're going to start to bring some of these things together. And we can be contacted at any of those locations with any questions, or if anybody's seeking more information about how to bring mood, food, mental health, and nutrition and all these things together in a way that works for them.